Hi, my name is Melissa Hall from Homemade Candle Creations, and today we're going to learn how to make some 8-ounce square mason jar soy candles. This is one that I've already had made up ahead of time, and this is what they're going to look like when they're done. So, for supplies, we need 2 8-ounce square mason jars. We will need 2 wicks. I like to use the CD18. I found that they work best for me in my mason jars. We'll need 2 chip clips to clip the wicks on the top of the mason jars to keep them centered once we've poured our candles. We'll need wick stickers to stick to the bottom of our wicks so that they will stick to the bottom of the candles and stay put. We'll need some red candle dye. You can use any color you want, actually, but just make sure that it's actually made for candles. We'll need some 1 ounce of fragrance oil, and I'm using raspberry cordial today from Candle Cocoon. And we will need a pour pot. They have bigger pour pots that you can get if you're going to be making more candles or a couple larger size candles. And we'll need a candy thermometer to keep track of our temperature. We'll need a pot with some water in the bottom of it. And that will be so that we can, once we put our wax in here, we can put it in here and this will melt. This is what we'll use to melt the wax. You always want to have water in the bottom or use a double boiler. You can use a double boiler too, so that the wax doesn't end up combusting. And we'll need 1 pound of soy wax. And this is Enchanted Lights soy wax that I buy from candlesolutions.com. And Candle Solutions is the company that I buy most of my candle supplies from. They have really good prices and they have pretty much everything that you would need. I get my 8-ounce mason jars from them too, so they're a good company to deal with. And that's www.candlesolutions.com. So that's our supplies. I also use wax paper to put underneath my candles so that when I'm pouring and it drips, it's easier to clean up. And the nice thing about soy wax is that if it does drip onto your counter or your work area, you can pretty much just use soap and water to clean it up. So we're going to get started. I'm going to turn my oven or my stove on to about 4 to heat the water up in the pan. And then I'm going to turn my digital scale on. You can use any kind of kitchen scale, but a digital scale is really nice because it you can measure things a lot more accurately. So I'm going to put my pour pot on there, my empty pour pot, and then we'll zero it out. And then I'm going to pour 1 pound of wax in. And I actually pour a little bit less than 1 pound because if I do 15 ounces of wax instead of 16 and then I put 1 ounce of fragrance oil in, then that adds up to 1 pound. So, and now I'm going to go ahead and put my pour pot in here and let it heat up the wax. And once the wax reaches 185 degrees, that's when we want to take it out and set it back on the scale so we can add our fragrance oil and our dye. So now so our soy wax is now melted all the way, and it's at about 190 degrees right now. So we're gonna turn our scale on and take that and put it on the scale. I'm going to let it cool just a moment because we really don't want it above 185 degrees when we add our fragrance oil. Okay, so now we're going to zero it out, and I'm going to add 1 ounce of fragrance oil. Okay, and then I'm going to stir it really well. Make sure that the fragrance oil is incorporated really well so that our candles will be scented evenly. And now I'm going to put the red candle dye in, and I'm going to use 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll stir that up nicely. I like to stir it quite a few times just to make sure everything gets mixed up really well. So now we have our fragrance oil and our dye mixed up in there, and now we're going to have to sit and wait for it to cool enough to pour into our jars. If you pour it too hot, it's going to cause candle frosting on the top, which is little white things on the top that looks like it's frosted. It doesn't hurt the candle, but it doesn't look really pretty either. So, and it can also cause it to separate some from the sides of the jar, so it looks like there's wet spots. So to get a really nice looking candle, it's best to wait until it's down to about 95, 100 degrees before you pour. Right, so our wax is just about ready to pour. I'm going to go ahead and I've already put 1 wick in, so we're going to go ahead and put the next one on. Put the wick sticker onto the wick tab, and pull the little peely thing off. Get that off with my finger. And then we will take and stick it right in the center. And the neat thing about these mason jars is that there is a number right in the middle of the bottom. And so if you put your wick, center it right on that number, then it'll be pretty much right in the center. So now our wax is getting cloudy, which means that's about the right temperature to pour. So I'm going to go ahead and put it this way so you can see. I'm going to go ahead and pour. Nice and even. And there we have our candles. Now I'm going to put the chip clips on and make sure it's nice and centered, and that'll hold the wick in place nicely. And put this one on. So now you'll need to wait till the candles are completely cooled, and you should wait at least 24 hours before burning them for the first time. Waiting 2 days to allow them to cure is the best thing to do. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. You can visit me at www.learnhowtomakesoycandles.com for more soy candle making instructions and how to start a soy candle business. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you really like the video, you can click the like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. And also, you can subscribe to my channel and keep up to date with more videos I'll be coming out with. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy making soy candles.